Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look and a listen to the brand new company Z&H Designs mastering EQ. This is the HVC 250, which is a 5-band parametric EQ. We're going to listen to it on some drums, maybe some guitars, maybe some keyboards, some background vocals. We'll listen to it on a few different sources. Now, if you have not seen the unboxing video I did for Z&H Designs, click the link in the description box below. This is the first piece of gear we're actually doing a video sound demo of. We have 4 or 5 pieces we're going to be doing over the next several months. Check the link in the description box below. Z&H Design is a brand new company out of the UK that manufactures all their stuff in Shanghai, China. And they make high quality gear. They only have a handful of pieces. They're brand new to the marketplace, but everything is hand built one at a time. You can get some customization on your pieces where they make everything in-house, everything from the knobs to the face plates of the unit. So you can change things, get things in different colors, different styles, all of that stuff, which is pretty unique for a pro audio company. And they sit price-wise somewhere in the ballpark of like a Stam Audio or an audio-scape. That's kind of the level of price point you're going to get here in the US. So we have the HVC 250, which is the big 3-space, big white faceplate, what I would consider a mastering EQ, although we're going to listen to it on a drum bus, we'll listen to it on a stereo bus as well. So let's take a walk through this thing and then we're going to listen to it. Full disclosure, Z&H Design did send me this unit, so I can bring this review to you, but they don't pay me for the video. I get to keep the unit, and they've also given me a couple of additional pieces we're going to be looking at in the future, and some of those pieces are going to be given away as part of our prize package for one of the new hybrid mixing courses coming up in the fall of 2024. So again, all the links will be in the description box if you want to learn how you can win some cool Z&H Designs pieces. We have the 500 series of this exact rack unit, the stereo, the 2 mono modules to make a stereo pair. So you can maybe win this parametric EQ in the 500 series. So anyway, now that all that housekeeping's done, let's just take a quick look at this and take a look at the what kind of frequency points we have, and I'll walk you through the controls and then we'll listen to it. So here we go. So we have 5 bands here. Left and right, it's stereo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything is plus or minus 12 dB. Now on these 5 bands, we have some overlapping frequencies, which is really cool. So you have a little bit more flexibility in the way that you can use the EQ. If we start down on the low bands, we go from 15 hertz to 800 hertz. And I know the print is a little hard to see. The print is a little small on this faceplate. If I can't see it clearly when I go to edit this video, I'll try to put some text on the screen so you can see it. But the first band is from 15 hertz to 800 hertz. And the second band is also 15 to 800. So again, you get overlapping frequencies. Okay, so that's really cool. The third band is from 160 to 8K, which is pretty wide. Fourth band is from 450 to 25K. And the same thing with the fifth band, 450 to 25K. So the first 2 frequency selectors, we have some overlap. In the last 2 and the one in the middle, we got a wide range. So the top level of controls is plus or minus 12. The middle level controls are the frequency selectors. And then the bottom bottom row of controls are for the Q. How broad or sharp do you want? There's a lot of flexibility here. These are not stepped. There's little detents to 12 o'clock position, but everything is continuous and sweepable. Now, some people will say for a mastering EQ, you probably want to have them stepped. And that is an option that they're going to be offering Z&H Designs. Like I said a little earlier, you could customize your unit. So if you want this unit where everything is stepped, you can get that. This particular unit is one of the first units off the line. It's one of their first production units. So it's the sweepable. It's not the stepped version, but you can get that if you want. Again, check the link in the description box and you can learn all about the customization options. Again, very, very cool. I don't know of any other company that's doing that. Along the top here, underneath the gain, we have these soft buttons where we can turn on and off each set of frequencies, which is really cool. These little soft rubberized buttons, but they have a nice satisfying click to them. And then in the center, we can bypass the unit by turning it on and off here. And each channel can run independently, right? So you could run this on a dual mono, I suppose. I guess you can run the left side of the EQ to, say, an acoustic guitar and the right side to a vocal. You could do that, but typically we would probably do this on a stereo set of, or a set of rooms or a set of overheads or something like that. But I think for me, this will be more appropriate for like a drum bus, a master bus, that kind of thing. Now, the thing about this particular EQ is, and what I love about it and why I'm really grateful to have it in my collection, is that it's very transparent. As you're going to hear, there's no colorization that really happens with this. It's just a booster cut. It's really, really cool. You know, I have so many other EQs that I use for the master bus and for drum bus, and everything's got huge transformers in it, tubes in it, and all that stuff. And sometimes, you know, maybe you don't want that. Maybe you want something just super clean and super transparent that keeps your music sounding the way it was intended, where you don't add any coloration. Again, I know that's hard for a lot of people to believe, but that's something I don't have in my setup. So I'm really grateful to have this, because that's something that could be desirable from time to time. So anyway, we're going to listen to this on a drum bus. Now, before we do that, I'm going to give you a little snippet of what we're going to listen to here. This session that we're going to listen to is by the artist James D. Cooler. The name of the song is Smile. This is not a mixed song. It's just a little light EQ on some of the tracks, thrown up the faders and panned them. The only other hardware that's on this entire mix is on the bus compressor and the console, and we're just touching it a couple of dB. Oh, and we're on the Neve Master Bus transformer on the Master Bus as well, just using a little bit of stereo widening. That's it. No other hardware, no other compression, lightly EQ'd on some of the tracks. We have our drum kit coming down to a drum bus here. But before we listen to that, I want to give you a listen to the verse and the chorus of Smile by James D. Cooler. Click his links in the description box below. Go check out James. James was kind enough to allow us to use this session for YouTube. Thank you so much, James. Wonderful artist, wonderful songs. And you're going to be hearing more of James D. Cooler here at Mixing Music Analog, because we're going to do a lot of product demos with this particular session. And if you want the multi-tracks for this session so you can mix the song yourself, check the link in the description box below and go check out the Mixing Masterclass Volume 2 that I just released in July of 2024. And you can get the set of multi-tracks as part of that training course so you can mix the song yourself. And we have a mixing contest where we're going to be giving away some cool hardware. Check the link in the description box. So again, just kind of thrown up, not mixed. Here's the verse and the first chorus of Smile by James D. Cooler, and then we'll listen to this on drums. Here we go. Right now, it's bypassed, so there's no EQ happening on the drums. Here we go.
Together we're so strong in the warning lights, no matter how far where we go, 'cause I see your smile in this little frame, but the sun won't shine on me until we meet again.
Okay, there's a verse and chorus of James D. Cooler, Smile. Links are in the description box below. Okay, let's solo up this drum bus here. Let me get over there and dial in something that sounds good on a drum bus, and we'll take it in and out. Keep your eye on the buttons, and you'll see when it's coming in and out. Here we go. So again, super transparent, no coloration, but some nice clean EQ. I really like it. So we're boosting a little bit of 60 there. If you can't see the numbers, you know, the frequency points, a little bit of 60 hertz there. We're taking just a touch out at around 400 and we're adding a little bit at 5K. And it just brings out the crack of the snare, brings in the nice thickness of the kick drum. I want to try to boost the low end even more. I'm going to exaggerate it a little bit. We'll take it in and out so you can listen. And then again, you can also take out the frequencies separately with each one of the buttons, which is kind of cool. Let's keep going. So again, adding a little bit more 5K there and then a little bit of 16K as well. Doesn't take a lot to really get that EQ to respond. What makes this really great, what I love about this EQ, one of the features I love that I don't think I don't on any of my EQs, stereo EQs that I use for the master bus or anything else for that matter, it's a bypass the whole unit on and off, right? Which is cool. The fact that you can bypass and take in and out the 5 different bands, that's very helpful when you're really trying to get in there and sculpt in there. And because you have so many frequency points, you can really get in there and you can really carve out or boost up what you want. And you can do things. And again, all the cues are right up the middle right now, but there's a wide range of the width of the cue, which is great. That's why I think it's really more for like a mastering kind of an EQ, because it's very fine detail that you can get in there and do it. But I think that sounds great. Again, it's totally different than something like my AudioLabs Empressor EQ, which is a great stereo EQ. It's all tubes. It's got big transformers in it. It's very, very colored, which is great. This is very, very transparent, which is great. So I like this a lot. Again, I'll tweak it in a little bit more, I'll play around with it, and then we'll move on to another thing. But I just love the way it sounds on drums. It sounds really great. Here we go. Yeah, even boosting 25K, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I love the floor toms. I know that's a little much. It probably sounds really too bottom heavy, but just love the way it sounds. In the room with the subwoofer, man, that thing sounds great. So drums, that's really great. If you want something transparent and not colored, that's a great option. Okay, we're gonna do this now. Give me a second. Let me come back. I think I'm gonna put them in maybe on some dirty guitars. I have a set of crunches and a set of heavies, like 4 sets of guitars coming down to a bus. Let me patch that in to some crunch and heavy distorted guitars, and we'll listen to it on that. Be back in a second. Okay, we're back. So I have a pair of slightly overdriven crunch guitars, and then also a pair of more heavy guitars in the chorus section, just doing big power chords coming down to bus. So we've got 4 guitars, 2 pairs coming down to the bus, heavily distorted, all mixed together. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's dial in a little bit of the HVC 250, and let's see what we can do there. Here we go. So adding a little bit of 4.8K, that's where you're hearing that the top end of those guitars, again, just taking them in and out. I added a little bit of 110 as well, just to give some body to the guitars. In a mix, probably not so much, but in solo, just to hear what the low end can do. And then I added a little bit at about 450, 500 to bring out some of the mid-range warmth of those guitars. So again, what I'm noticing is that a little goes a long way. You don't have to turn the gain very much one way or the other to get the thing to really respond, which is cool, which is really, really cool. I would prefer, if it was me, I would prefer the stepped frequencies. I would like to have steps, like to be way better for recall as well. Although on a lot of EQs, I like the continuous. On this particular EQ, I'd like to see the steps, the mastering edition of it. But again, it's going to be available for sale. If it's not already, by the time you see this video, again, you can click the link in the description box and go check it out. But I have seen on their website, they are going to be offering this EQ in a mastering edition. So you can definitely do that. And that's what I would do, just playing with it. But it sounds really good, man. Again, it's clean. It's very, very clean, transparent, I should say. Okay, let's finish up this video by, let's put it on the master bus. So I'm gonna patch it into the master bus, and we'll listen again. It's just a quick balance here on the song, just to see what it does on the master bus. So give me a couple of seconds, and we will do that. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So I have this patched in on the master bus now. So we're going insert on the master bus through this HVC 250. Out of that, into the Neve master bus transformer. Again, just doing a little bit of stereo widening. That's it. And then it's coming back in and hitting the SSL bus compressor. But again, we're just barely touching the needle. So that's what we have. Again, this is just lightly, you know, static mix, a little bit of EQ on the board, as I said, but it's not mixed by any stretch of the imagination. We're just using it for demo purposes. But again, you can get the multi-tracks and you can mix it yourself. Check out the link in the description box below for the Mixing Master Class, Volume 2. So here we go. So we're on the master bus. Let's see what the HVC 250 5-band parametric EQ sounds like on a master bus. Here we go.
Together we're so strong in the warning lights, no matter how far where we go, 'cause I see your smile. We're so strong in the warning lights, no matter how far where we go, 'cause I see your smile in this little frame, but the sun won't shine on me until we meet again. Together we're so strong. I see your smile in this little frame, but the sun won't shine on me until we meet again. Together we're so strong in the warning lights, no matter how far where we go, 'cause I see your smile. We're so strong in the warning lights, no matter how far where we go, 'cause I see your smile in this little frame, but the sun won't shine on me until we meet again.
I think that sounds great. So I'm boosting a little bit up around 30, 40 hertz, just to get a little bit of toughness on the low end, a little bit of 4.8K, a little bit of 12K, even put up a little bit of 500s, give a little bit of mid-range in there. Again, little goes a long way, sounds great. I like this a lot. And the reason why I like it for me is because I don't have anything like this that allows me to go in and really sculpt that kind of detail and be very transparent. So this is based on the Sontec 250, which again is a highly regarded classic unit. I don't even know if you can find them anymore, but if you can, they're very expensive. I never used one, but that's what this is based on. So does it sound like that? I have no idea, but I can tell you, and hopefully you can tell by these examples, that it sounds really great. And it is something completely different than everything else that I have in my studio. So I want to thank Z&H Designs for sending this to me. This one is staying. This one is not going anywhere. I'm going to keep this for sure, because there are times where I can absolutely use something like this as opposed to something with all the heavy color that I really have. And as I said, stay tuned to the channel, because we have the 500 series modules of this EQ. Now in the 500 series, there are only 4 bands, but again, there's a lot of overlapping frequencies, right? So you're going to grab it all in the 500 series modules, and those pair of modules are going to be given away at one point. So you got to make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when this stuff is going to be given away as part of our mixing contest. So thanks for taking a look and a listen to the Z&H Designs HVC 250. Thank you so much for watching me here today. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and make sure you go out to Z&H Designs and check out their website and see all the great gear they have to offer. This one's a winner. Until the next video, when we take a look and a listen at another one of the Z&H Design pieces, I've been Dave with Mixing Music Analog and MixingMusicAnalog.com. Thanks so much for watching me, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next video.